Every young person should feel they can have a career, a future, like I had. You know, you shouldn't be the lucky few.
In the early 80s, I was the deputy head of a local comprehensive school called Haverstock in the London Borough of Camden. And that's, of course, where I met Ed Miliband.
I think the education that I got at this comprehensive was so much more than how to pass exams. It was about how do you look after yourself. It was about the world is a complex place with people of all kinds and all nationalities, all classes, all races. And, you know, that is a really important lesson in life.
I kind of hang around with Ed from about the age of 12 onwards. He was like a very bright guy. Picked everything up so quickly. And to be honest, when it came to maths, kind of the way that his kind of brain worked was incredible. There is no doubt in my mind that Ed gets what these schools need.
He's someone that could be trusted, and someone who was, you know, quite quietly but determinedly getting on with what needed to be done and not being influenced, not needing to change who he was.
I'll always be grateful to Haverstock, because I honestly don't believe I'd be leader of the Labour Party if it wasn't for the grounding, the education, the learning about life that I had from this school.
Ed was an incredible lecturer. He's got this incredibly wide-ranging knowledge and thirst for more knowledge, and I think to make a journey like that from your local comprehensive school to teaching at Harvard, you've probably got to have that knowledge.
So my sophomore year at Harvard, I took a class called What's Left, and there was Professor Miliband. It was a really difficult class to get into, actually. I had to stand in the hallway for the first class because it was so packed.
You've got to reflect all sides, all different points of view, because you're a teacher. You're not somebody who's trying to sort of tell people this is what you should think. And so you've got to listen to all sides. But in the end, you've got to say to people what you know, where you're coming from and what you believe. And I had a blast. It was fantastic.
Coming from a comprehensive like I did and like Ed did, you know, maybe that does give you a slightly different perspective when you end up somewhere like Harvard. I don't know, but all I do know is he came across as very down to earth and like a decent bloke.
One common theme from Haverstock to Harvard to training in economics is hard work, and that came from my parents. Not because they said all the time, you must work hard, but they instilled in us a sense that, you know, if you wanted to get something out, you need to put something in.
If you're appointed, well, in my field, a head teacher, it's sensible to get to know the people you're supposed to be guiding, leading. If you're a teacher, it's sensible to get to know the children that you're moving on. If you're going to be Prime Minister, well, for heaven's sake, if you don't know anything about most of the people in the country, how can you make a rational decision?
So to start your life in local schools, you know, meeting a huge range of people, a cross-section of that part of London, had to have been an advantage to him later in life as a politician.
I think anybody with Ed's experience and background in that kind of school environment must be good for this country.
I want every kid at Haverstock, at this school, who wants to go to university and has the qualifications to be able to do so. But equally, I want those who don't want to go to university, but have huge talent and ability in other ways, I want that to be tapped into. I want them to be able to not be bored at school or just sort of drift through life with no qualifications. Let's get them the best qualifications, the best vocational qualifications. Let's celebrate what they can do. And, you know, when I have people coming up to me saying, oh, I'm a young person, I can't find a job, and, you know, I've sent off my CV to so many people and nothing seems to be going right for me, bang my head against a brick wall, you know, that makes me angry and frustrated and think, actually, I could be doing a much better job than this lot and we could be doing something about it.